Right, so I am joined by Kat, one of our international clients. Kat's joining us from, where are you in Canada? Vancouver?
Vancouver.
What's the weather like?
It's crap.
Oh, it's scorching
You guys
here.
have the sunshine and we have not. It's rubbish.
It's absolutely scorching.
Well, I moved here, how long ago? Like 10 years ago. I've had two little boys here. And I reached out to you guys recently because I got to a situation where I have been putting myself very much in second place for a number of years. And I got to a place where I just wasn't happy with myself. And I was just slowly piling the weight on. I live with a man who's very healthy, very much into his fitness. So I would eat really good meals every day. I'd have really healthy breakfast, really healthy lunch, really healthy dinner. But I had no kind of moderation in between those stages. And we all live really healthy, active lifestyles here in Vancouver. But it just wasn't a priority to me. What I was doing in between was just a little bit out of control. And that just starts accumulating, right? That just slowly, you think one bad day is okay, but when you start having 3 or 4 bad days in a week, that accumulates and it just, it got a little bit out of control for myself.
Yeah, it's a very common thing, especially with mums. You know, the majority of our clients are kind of busy working mums, like yourself. And it is that thing of you put everyone else before you and you're kind of on the back burner, you're the last thought, like, oh, I'll get my meal. You know, my mum does it after I had to pull her up the other day because she's the last person to eat. You know, when she should be the first person to eat because she's kind of hosting everyone. And it's just, I think, you know, that whole, when you're on an aeroplane, you should put your oxygen mask on first because if you don't, then you can't help other people. And it's such a huge thing that we see from people is they'll put everyone else first. And it's particularly mums. Put everyone else first, and then you've got the dregs of the energy and stuff like that. And it's so important that you stay as healthy and happy as possible.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because you mentioned that we'd have this chat, and I was just trying to think of where I was at before Sutain, and the 2 words that kind of came to my mind was I was massively inconsistent and I had no moderation. So even though I was eating healthy meals, and I was actually going to the gym 3 to 4 times a week, which is great, but I presumed because I was burning 450 calories that I could come home and have a bottle of wine in the evening and just just eat shit in between. And honestly, that was my mindset, and that's been my mindset for a long time. So it started getting a little bit out of control for me.
Yeah, but I mean, great work that you took some action and kind of took back control. So that's going to kind of lead me on to my next question is kind of, how's life different now then since you've been working with us?
It's huge. I'm feeling now that I've got control in everything that I'm putting into my body and I'm doing for myself. I am number one right now. So every morning I wake up and I look at where I can fit my 1.5-hour workout in every day or my hour's workout in every day. And I'm making better choices. Obviously, I'm still doing a lot of the things that I was doing previously, but right now, everything that I've been doing over the past, I think, is it 10 weeks?
Be about that, yeah.
Yeah, I've been putting myself first, and I've been planning, and I'm understanding where my flaws were before and what my triggers were, and you've done a lot of that with me because emotional eating is something I think everybody who's on Sutain has struggled with at some point, and that kind of when I get in those moods, those funks, and especially during lockdown, that's been a hard time for a lot of us, especially with emotions. Like you guys kind of helped us along on what to do in those situations. So I'm feeling a lot more in control than I have done for years.
Love it. But I think that's something that people struggle with as well, is that kind of putting yourself first. But how has that impacted the kind of the rest of your life? So your work and your relationship with the kids, your relationship with Marcus, you know, have they benefited from you actually putting yourself first?
Yeah. And I think for my boys, you know, I've always been a very proactive mom, but they've always seen daddy like doing the workouts upstairs and doing all that kind of fun stuff. And I'm always the one I haven't really done it. I used to go off to the gym to do it, but I think I'm setting such an example for them now that they see me having a spin or doing my weight session. And I think my eldest son noticed that, and he's made a lot of comments about it. And I just think it's been a really good example.
Yeah,
all around.
It's totally kind of monkey see, monkey do, and that's a huge part of kind of Sustain is, you know, we all have bad habits and stuff like that, but it's like, do we want to pass them on to the next generation? We don't want them to struggle as we have, you know, so hopefully your kids won't need to get coached, you know, because they'll have they'll have the correct skill set. I'm taking money out of my own pocket here, but they'll have the correct skill set to kind of cope with things and not see food as good and bad. So that's a huge one for me.
And it's moderation as well, isn't it? Like you although you say try to stay away from the bread, you're like, if you're gonna have a burger, have a bloody bun.
Yeah, 100%. I would.
Right. So it's all moderation, which I've really appreciated.
Good. I'm glad to hear. So now's your time to have a bit of a brag. What's been your biggest win so far with the coaching?
Well, I mean, obviously, so I think 10 weeks I've lost 17 pounds, which for me has been like amazing. It's the most weight I've ever lost, and I've not given up, and I'm not bored, and I'm not getting complacent with it. So I've lost 17 pounds so far. I've lost inches off my whole body. But it's funny, I asked Marcus, I was like, what do you think my biggest win is? And he said, I think your biggest win is balance. You now understand balance and my mindset. And I think weight loss is far more deeper than what's in the scales. I think for anybody to be consistent in weight loss, they've really got to understand their mindset and understand where that balance is within each of our lives. And for me, I'm a social bunny, and you know that. Like, I love to drink and have a good party. And my big thing about when I entered this, I said to you, I was like, Jim Bob, I can't give that up. But for me now, I know that once a week, I don't drink every night now. I drink once a week. And on that once a week, I'll probably go hard. I'll be with my friends and we'll go hard. But that's okay, because I've done everything clean that week, that I deserve to do that. And so that's the balance side for me. So the weight loss is amazing. My body has totally transformed already, just at 17 pounds. But I think for me, the bigger effect is I understand what I need to be doing moving forward as well.
Fantastic. So, I couldn't have given you a better answer to say that. I was just going to say as well, it's not like you've been like, you know, super perfect. You've still been having drinks, you've still been going out for meals, and, you know, Mother's Day you had, didn't you? So there's still been, you know, you've still been kind of indulging in certain things, but I think a huge part of Sustain is, and I've done videos on this before, it's not about getting maximum fat loss in your coaching period. It's about developing maximum skills and changing your mindset and changing your beliefs, so then you can go off and do these things on your own, which, you know, you're already confident enough to do before we've even finished coaching. So that's...
And also do them guilt-free.
Yeah.
You know, I know that when we had a barbecue just the other night, and I know that when I go into that, I had cheese and biscuits, I had wine. You know, the days that you don't hear from me are the days that I'm probably up partying. But I had all that, but then I understand now, the next day, I've got to get back on it. And I'm able to do that now. I was never able to do that. So to me, although the weight loss has been incredible, that's been definitely my biggest win, just understanding all that.
Yeah, I think, you know, and that's a huge battle for some people, and it's a huge part of kind of what we do as coaches is kind of show that it's not about being good or bad or, you know, not eating certain foods. It's just about finding that balance and doing the things that add to your life. Like you say, you know, not drinking every single night, you've not missed that, but then, you know, you're still enjoying drinking with your friends, or, you know, having a nice meal with your partner, or, you know, going away for a weekend with the kids. Those are the things that you want to keep in and get rid of the stuff that don't add.
And like the health benefits as well, Jim Bob. Like, I think before all this started, I had like night sweats, hot flushes. I went to the doctors because I thought I was starting early menopause, but I'm only 40. But like, I was like, oh my God. And ever since I've joined Sustain, I've got none of that. It's Brilliant. All gone. So it's the health effects are huge as well, I think.
Yeah, and the weight loss is a really nice side effect.
Oh, brilliant.
So there's going to be plenty of people out there who are busy, who are working, like, who really kind of described what you said. They struggle with moderating, they're either on or they're off. They might still be sat on the fence about kind of signing up, or, you know, thinking about is coaching worth it? So what would you say to them?
So listen, I've done Weight Watchers, I've done all those fun things, and my husband will roll his eyes every single time I'm telling him I'm going to try this bad diet or whatever. The thing that I found with Sutain is it fitted into my life because it's easy. I don't have to weigh food. I don't have to count calories. The food that you can eat is something that the whole family can eat. Marcus brought into it. It's really important that you get your whole family to kind of buy into this with you, because it's not even a diet, it's a kind of lifestyle that you can kind of follow. So for me, I just think if you want something for the long term, this isn't something that you just do for a quick weight loss, in my eyes. I think this is just a change of lifestyle, but it's not a dramatic change. It's just sensible. It makes sense. So yeah, I think it's the most sustainable kind of thing that you can do. It's just very easy compared to a lot of the other things I've looked at, and I've looked at a lot of other diets.
I've been around the houses a few times.
Oh my God, I could tell you about everything. Yeah, but this has just been something that for me, and like I said, I'm 2 months in, but I'm not bored, and that's huge, and I'm not over it, and I haven't got, so yeah, I just think it's just something that will fit in with your family. It's easy. Yeah.
Fantastic. So last one, have you got anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm just honestly, like, I'm really grateful for where I'm at and for like your patience. And the other thing that I will say is like feedback for you guys. I did this a few years ago. And the whole video with you guys where I get to see you every morning. And it sets me up, and I just think the accountability is massive in Sutain, and I honestly believe that's why you guys work so well with this. So no, I'm really grateful for you and Joe for setting all this up. It's been a bit of a life changer.
Well, no, I mean, and that is, that's almost bringing a tear to my eye. It's making my eyes sting a little bit, because that's exactly what we set it up for, and we're grateful for the clients that come in and engage with it, and get fantastic results, because you deserve them. So thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Right, so thank you very much for joining me. Good to speak to you, Kat, and obviously good to see you all this time.
Yeah, you too, Jim.